Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday.
It is.
My Tuesday, but happy Thursday. My name's Melanie. I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Dave Wells.
Hello.
We
And thank you for calling me lovely, by the way. Thank you.
we are talking about The Real Housewives episode 4 today. I can't believe we're already 4 episodes in. It's already been almost a month since we started watching this. Time flies.
How many episodes do they have per season? Is it 10?
I don't know. That's something to Google for sure. I'm not sure how many they have.
Yeah, another thing for me to discover on my Real Housewives inaugural journey.
Yes, so for all of you joining us, if you watched the episode from last night, if you have thoughts on it, if you have thoughts on the Real Housewives in general, leave us a comment so we can discuss what you guys think. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Dave. You want to start off with your overall impressions?
Okay, yeah. So I think we agreed this was a little bit more of an interesting episode than last time. We got to see the conclusion, or at least the conclusion for Jen, of the 20s party that happened at Prohibition in Murray. I think I'm pretty sure the show set a new record in the number of times that they had to use the bleeps for their language, because we got quite a few of those toward the beginning of the episode as we saw this 20s party. Jen just went wild with the cursing, and she was pretty upset with not only Mary, but it moved on to Meredith too. So, and then there was another part that we both kind of latched onto, and that was something that Heather said.
Yeah, so Heather has been my favorite since episode 1, for the record. Always been my favorite. I just think she's so funny, and I think she's most like Utah invested, I guess. And so, okay, Heather had a lot of really relatable lines this time. The one that Dave and I both loved was when she was like giving directions to Jen's husband, Coach Shaw, and she said, "I'm going to have you come around the corner. I will be the 20s flapper with cankles." I just love that. It's so funny. But also at that party, she was saying, you know, people were asking her, "Are you going to go help out Jen? Are you going to go get involved?" And she was like, "No way. I'm going to try to make eye contact with her, but if not, I'm waiting for my chicken drumstick lollipop." Love that. And
what even is that? I don't know. It sounds like some kind of a sweet chicken drumstick that they make at Prohibition. So that's something.
I love that. And it looks very fancy. So maybe we should have, what's it called? A mukbang? Do you know what that is, Dave?
No idea. No.
It's like a thing that people do online where they like eat all this food and review it. I think we should do this with all this fancy food because it all looks so good. But it's like a piece of chicken and there's like a bone sticking out of it.
Huh. Okay, yeah. So that was, speaking of food, that was another thing that kind of caught my attention with this episode. They mentioned those chicken drumstick lollipops. But then later in the episode, we got to see, I forgot the name of the restaurant already, but it's a nice Italian place in Salt Lake City where Mary threw a little luncheon for all the heroines of our story. And they had some really delicious looking food. They had some poached eggs with caviar, and they had some nice looking, looked like Alfredo pasta with, up on the screen they showed, they said this pasta was topped with truffles that cost $8,000 a pound. I'm pretty sure I've never had anything that expensive to eat, but it all looked amazing. What about you, Melanie? Are you a truffles kind of person?
I would be a truffles kind of person if I had that kind of money, but no, I'm not a truffles person. I have seen truffles come, like they're really in right now. A lot of people are really liking truffles, but all the food at that luncheon looked really good. All the food in this episode looked really good. I was impressed.
Yeah, there was a bit where Heather and Jen were at Heather's house, and Jen brought over some sushi, so they got to have some of that. And meanwhile, Heather made some green bean casserole for her kids. So that was
Classic Utah. I guess all around the country people have green bean casserole, but I've never had green bean casserole like just on a week, like on a weekday. It's always been a Thanksgiving thing. So I was definitely surprised by the green bean casserole. I was like, what is going on here?
yeah, that's definitely a once a year thing for me as well. So I think I don't recall ever having it outside of Thanksgiving, but maybe that's a big thing at Heather's house. Who
I
knows?
don't know. Maybe it is. So, moving on to some of the other favorite parts of the episode, I think Dave and I both agreed that the Louis Vuitton earbuds at the luncheon were just over the top, classic housewives. So great. So great. If Jen doesn't want to be part of the girl gang, I will step in for sure to go to this luncheon. And I think that the parties have really been, they've been escalating each episode. The first party, but the 1920s party was great. I thought the luncheon was really classy, really chic. I loved the party favors, and I thought Mary had really good intentions. So I was pleasantly surprised by that for sure.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I mean, just to go to a lunch and have someone bring you gifts and it's not your birthday, I think that would be, I would be happy to receive just about anything. Just, going out for a lunch with the guys, or the heroines, the females in this case, the housewives. So yeah, I looked up those Louis Vuitton ear pods that Mary gave out to all of her guests, and each pair is $995. That's insane. So I mean, just to kind of randomly give that as a gift because you're going out for lunch with someone. That's awesome that she's in a position to do that. Um, she also gave them some journals and some pens. Those are also nice gifts that I would love to receive anytime.
Same, same. I'm trying to remember what else happened because I loved the luncheon and the fight with Jen. Was it? I mean, I thought it was funny because of how everybody else reacted. Not necessarily like I think everybody kind of agreed Jen was being a little bit ridiculous, but I mean that's her own personal thing going on. But I just loved everybody's reactions to her, and they were all just like, "What do we do? Like, do we go comfort her? Do we give her space? I don't know." So funny. I love that. I was disappointed that Coach Shaw never made it to the party, and we never got to see any of the other husbands interacting with each other because I feel like that is always such a fun housewives moment when you see the husbands kind of gang together and they're just kind of doing their own thing away from everybody else. So I was disappointed about that. We haven't really seen any of the husbands this season.
There were some shots of Whitney's husband, whose name I can't remember. He was definitely at the party, but I don't know if any of the other husbands were. So yeah, that would be great to see at some point if they can get together and hang out. Maybe they'll. I don't know. Did they ever do like a guys episode, or is that ridiculous?
No, they don't do a guys episode, but mostly it's just like when they have a big gathering or a big party, then the husbands will go. At least that's how it is with Real Housewives of New Jersey, which is what I compare everything to because Real Housewives of New Jersey is like supreme in my head. But and then the art gallery too. Have you ever been to that art gallery?
No, that was another one I wanted to mention. I think it's called Mar Gallery or MAR. I'm not sure if you're supposed to say the letters or not, but it's in Park City. Park City has quite a few galleries. I've never been to that one, but it looked like it was worth checking out. How about you?
Yeah, I really liked it. I haven't been to any art galleries in Utah, but I loved how Lisa just kept asking, like, "Can I touch this? Can I touch this?" And they're like, "No, stop touching everything." I thought that was a really funny moment. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the season has so far been in Park City. I mean, they had the skiing, they've been out to eat a lot in Park City, they went to the art gallery. feel like one of them lives in Park City. I'm not sure.
I think I read somewhere that it's Lisa who lives up there.
Yeah. So a lot of things have happened in Park City, and I have unfortunately never been. I'm new to Utah, everyone, so I've never been to Park City, but looks like a lot of fun. So
yeah, you should go check it out. Sundance is coming up, but that's going to look a little different this year, of course. Anything else we wanted to touch on? We have a few comments here. Oh, Fred is so nice. He said, "Am I old as dirt or what? Are these news people? They look so young." Well, at least one of them does. Thank you. So yeah, please, if you watched the episode, season 1, episode 4 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, please leave a comment and let us know what you thought. That's what we'd love to chat with you about today. Another thing that was kind of fun with the luncheon at the name of that restaurant in Salt Lake that I can't remember was the valet parking, and Mary apparently arranged to have the valet parking guys dress up as toy soldiers with the tall black fuzzy hats. I guess kind of similar to the guards at the Palace in London. So that was kind of weird. Like, those guys didn't seem very comfortable wearing those, but it was just funny.
Yeah, that was a really weird moment. And I think they all commented like, Met Gala, luncheon, like, what's going on here? The theme. Everybody likes to have a good theme in this episode. They have to have a theme for everything, which is fun. But there's always like 1 or 2 things that are just off about the theme. And I think the toy soldiers was the one thing that was very off for the luncheon for me. But one other fun Mary moment I liked was when her son decided to give his girlfriend a Prada purse for Christmas. And she was not happy about that because she said that the purse would last longer than the relationship. And I just thought that was so funny. Mary hasn't been a big fan of the son's girlfriend, and I'm sure just no girlfriend in general that son would have for the past couple of episodes. But the fact that she said that and was giving him a hard time about buying his girlfriend a Prada purse was pretty funny. I liked it.
Yeah, that's another thing that I wish I would have looked up to see how much that might cost. Do you have any idea?
No, I have no idea. That's kind of out of my price range for purses. But I did really like that. And also, is her son in high school? Because if he's buying his girlfriend a Prada purse, that's a chunk of change. That's a designer purse. So I'm impressed for sure. He must really like her.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like he's from that kind of family that can do that. I think he is in high school because in episode 3 they were talking about sending him off to a boarding school in California. So I think he's still in that age range.
To get him away from the girlfriend.
Right. Yeah. So Mary and her son, and sorry, I can't remember his name either. They seem to have, what is it? Robert. They seem to have very different ideas of what he should be doing with his life.
Tasha says the restaurant is Valters, I guess, is where the luncheon was.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Tasha.
Perfect.
Appreciate that. And we're glad you watched. So, Tasha, what else did you think about the episode? We want to know.
We're waiting on you, Tasha. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I liked that. I do like that. I think the dynamic between Mary and her son is really funny. It's just like typical mother-teenager relationship, which is kind of fun to see, especially with the women. So I did like that. And I also liked how Mary had Christmas decorations up. And that was kind of pointed out. So I'm hoping that some of the other Christmas decorations will go up in other houses, but as you can see, I love Christmas decorations, so I was really excited to see that too. Yeah,
I think they were saying in this episode that it was past Christmas and she still had her Christmas decorations up. But yeah, yours look lovely. Mine look pretty hokey. I'll be the first to admit I kind of haphazardly hung those lights because I wanted to at least show that I did something. I'm not just gonna not decorate.
A for effort, for sure.
I'd give it a C myself, but okay, thanks.
Okay. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about tonight?
I think we touched on all the main points that I wanted to go over. I can't remember anything else that really stuck out to me. Swearing, the lollipop chicken drumsticks, and the $1,000 ear pods that Mary gave as quick party favors, basically.
Yes. Okay, Tasha let us know her thoughts. Tasha says, I want to know about Mary's odor removal surgery. LOL, we need a better storyline than hospital smell. And I agree. If this is going to keep coming up as an issue between Mary and Jen, then I definitely think we need a little bit more of a backstory there, because now it just seems like really silly and really surface level, but it might go deeper than that. We don't know. We haven't really been given a lot there. So, but it does not seem that the Mary and Jen drama is over. In the preview, there was a lot of yelling between Mary and Jen. There was a lot of gossip between the other ladies. One of my key points for Housewives is luncheons with like smaller groups where they all talk about other people. So I feel like we'll get that next episode, which I am excited about.
Hopefully. So that reminds me of a question for you, since you've watched more Real Housewives. Do these kinds of dramas, like the ones happening with Jen and Mary and now Jen and Meredith, do they tend to resolve, or will they end a season with that tension still there?
I mean, I feel like I mean, in some of the other housewives, like in the Housewives of Orange County, definitely Housewives of New Jersey, they have ended seasons where like tension is still in the air. And then at the end of the season, they have a Housewives reunion where like all the ladies come in and they have like a tell-all, basically, where they just kind of talk about what happened and what went down. And a lot of times they resolve their drama during that. I've found like something about them all sitting there with a moderator, like it kind of resolves things, or they've already resolved it. But I'm hoping that this drama kind of gets resolved before then, because it just doesn't seem like it doesn't seem that it has the substance to carry all the way to the end. So I'm hoping this next episode they can kind of hash things out and get things resolved, even though that's what they supposedly did in episode 1. So that's why I'm wondering if like this drama actually goes deeper than what they're saying. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. But they have ended seasons with drama in the year, but it has just been more intense than what we kind of have right now. So I don't know.
Okay, good to know. Well, yeah, I would love to see them clear that up and put it behind them and have something with more weight to it, maybe, to be dramatic about.
Totally. Okay, well, I think we're going to wrap up here. Thank you all for joining us today. We have 28 people on right now. We had some more earlier. So thank you for joining us if you've stopped by at all. Next week, we will have another chat session with all of you on episode 5. That will be officially a month since we've started watching, so I'm sure we'll have lots to say then. But once again, thank you for joining us. You can read our whole review up on our website, fox13now.com, with all of our witty commentary and fun jokes at this episode. So, okay, we will see you all next week. Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.